Good afternoon, this is News Hour on the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown, and I am Stella Bangura. Coming up in this edition, stakeholders discuss development of National Railway Master Plan and pre-feasibility studies. High Court rejects state's bid to dismiss Zainab Sharif's appeal, and ECOWAS leaders call for renewed unity, democracy, and stronger regional integration. These stories plus more are lined up in this edition of News Hour. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now for our fourth story. The Sierra Leone Railway Development and Regulatory Authority, in partnership with Aries Engineering and Consulting Services, has held a stakeholder consultative meeting at the New Brookfields Hotel in Freetown to discuss the development of Sierra Leone's National Railway Master Plan and pre-feasibility studies under the theme Laying the Foundation to Reintroduce a National Railway System. Esther Susanette Parsi was there and now reports.
The proposed railway network will connect Freetown to border crossings with Guinea and Liberia, key mining sites, ports, and major agricultural zones across the country. The plan aims to modernize transportation, boost economic growth, facilitate trade, and strengthen regional integration. Officials noted that Sierra Leone's current railway infrastructure is largely mining-focused, with the 192-kilometer Pepel to Tonkolili railway line not designed for commercial passenger services. The proposed railway system is expected to reduce transport costs, ease road congestion, improve trade efficiency, and enhance competitiveness within the ECOWAS region. Speaking at the meeting, SLR-DRA Director General described the railway project as a transformative initiative for national development.
So, as I mentioned earlier, the two key mandates are to develop and regulate the railway system nationwide, but we also do monitor and coordinate activities in both the railway and even the cable car transport system. So we are not just limited to just railway, really. So in the future, if government decides to invest or to develop a cable car system, that will be part of our mandate in the future. Of course, we also grant licenses to operators. For instance, we know we have an existing operator, King Ho. And then, of course, we do initiate, conduct, and promote and encourage studies for the growth and development of railway and cable cars.
While Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation reaffirmed the government's commitment through a two-phase railway investment strategy.
Phase 1, which brings us here today, involves developing a comprehensive national railway master plan, supported by a detailed technical, financial, and economic and environmental feasibility studies. Phase 2 will see government invite investors to express interest in specific viable railway lines identified by those studies, ensuring that investment decisions are grounded in evidence, not in speculation. As part of Phase 1 of the railway investment strategy, Cabinet in April 2025 authorized the Minister of Transport and his colleague, the Minister of Finance, to initiate the process of procuring the services of a reputable international engineering consulting firm to develop a nationwide railway master plan.
The 3-month master plan study will include data collection, stakeholder consultations, field surveys, demand assessments, environmental and social studies, and the development of final recommendations aimed at restoring Sierra Leone's railway network and supporting sustainable economic growth. For SLBC News, Esther Suzanette Bassi reporting.
Now, the High Court of Sierra Leone has refused an application by the state seeking to dismiss the appeal filed by the defense team of Yebu Zainab Sharif, clearing the way for a full hearing of the matter scheduled for 2nd July 2026. Mohamed Korma reports.
Delivering his ruling, Justice Mark Gegba emphasized that the issues raised by the appellant required careful judicial consideration. During the proceedings, the High Court judge observed that the appeal raised substantial grounds that could not be lightly dismissed. He noted that the appellant had come before the court expressing significant dissatisfaction with the magistrate's judgment, concerns which he said could not be ignored in good conscience. Justice Gegba further underscored the court's duty to ensure that all issues raised by the appellant are properly and fully examined. Yebu Zainab Sharif was previously convicted and sentenced by Magistrate Mustafa Brahmaja on 2 counts relating to threatening language and incitement contrary to law. Following a conviction, our defense team filed an appeal challenging both the findings and the decision of the lower court. At the earlier hearing, Justice Gegba listened to detailed submissions from both the prosecution and the defense regarding the state's application to strike out the appeal. The prosecution argued in favor of dismissal, while the defense opposed the application. After hearing both sides, Justice Gegba rejected the state's application, thereby preserving Sharif's rights to proceed with her appeal. Legal observers have described the ruling as significant, noting that it paves the way for a thorough examination of the grounds advanced by the defense.
As Sierra Leone prepares for the 2028 general elections, the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, ECSL, and the National Civil Registration Authority, NCRA, are strengthening their partnership to support credible polls. During a courtesy visit to the NCRA headquarters in Freetown, ECSL Chairman Edmond Sylvester Alpha and the NCRA DG reviewed the existing Memorandum of Understanding between the two institutions aimed at improving collaboration ahead of the elections. Esther Sako reports.
ECSL Chairman Edmond Sylvester Alpha highlighted the importance of the NCRA's work, noting that increased access to national ID cards will enhance citizens' participation in national processes. He stressed that credible elections depend on accurate identity records and reaffirmed ECSL's commitment to working closely with the authority.
Here specifically to strengthen the bilateral relationship, the interconnectedness, the partnership and collaboration that had existed between these two institutions. I'm not only here to strengthen the relationship, but to also identify the good works of the NCRA, partner with the Director General, learn lessons from his good works, gain from his expertise and experience, and to move forward this country.
NCRA Director General Mohamed Mubashir Massakoy welcomed the delegation, describing the visit as a sign of strong institutional cooperation. He said the reviewed MOU would reflect recommendations from the 2023 elections review and ongoing UN electoral needs assessment.
NCRA, ECSL, and our partners led by the UNDP have seen that there is a reason for us to review them, just so that we are able to accommodate the emerging needs of the electoral system in this country. Once we do that, we want to be able to make sure that our operations are consistent with international best practice. That's just what we want to do.
The revised agreement is expected to strengthen cooperation on data sharing, information management, and election preparations leading to 2028. Also speaking during the visit, ECSL regional commissioners from Eastern, Western, and Northwestern regions welcomed the move to revisit the MOU and strengthen collaboration. They called for the implementation of the tripartite committee recommendations and the cementing of the long-standing friendship between ECSL and NCRA to enhance public trust and support credible elections. Both institutions reaffirmed their commitment to closer collaboration with the NCRA, expected to play a key role in upcoming electoral preparations. SLBC News, Esther Sako reporting.
And now the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone has signed a memorandum of understanding with 6 civil society organizations. The move was to strengthen collaboration, promote transparency, and enhance public trust in the country's electoral processes ahead of future elections. Here's the report. The signing ceremony held at the ECSL Media Center in Freetown brought together electoral officials, civil society representatives, and key stakeholders committed to supporting democratic governance in Sierra Leone. Speaking during the signing ceremony, Chief Electoral Commissioner Edmond Sylvester Alpha described the engagement as a unique initiative aimed at building trust in the electoral process. He said the selected organizations are the first group of CSOs to formally partner with the Commission, and noted that future organizations will undergo a vetting process before qualifying for similar agreements.
This MOU formalizes a relationship built on mutual trust, shared responsibility, and a common vision for credible, transparent, and inclusive elections. The ECSL, sometime back known as NEC, has a long history of collaboration with CSOs. So this is a continuity of strengthening that relationship.
Acting Director of Center for Accountability and Rule of Law, Jeremy Ben-Simbo, described the engagement as a shared commitment to protecting Sierra Leone's democracy. He said civil society groups remain committed to promoting accountability and safeguarding electoral integrity ahead of the 2028 elections. Also addressing the ceremony, Chairman of the Election Observers Network, Ambassador Sule Darami, pledged the network's continued support towards promoting transparency and reducing negative electoral practices. He said the organization remains committed to strengthening election observation efforts and contributing to peaceful and credible elections. Representatives from the Youth Network in Elections and Governance, Men on a Mission, the Sierra Leone Association of the Blind, and the Sierra Leone Motorbike Riders Union also commended ECSL for creating an inclusive platform for stakeholder engagement. Director of the Sierra Leone Association of the Blind, Kabake Noah, called for greater inclusion of persons with disabilities in the electoral process.
Inclusion does not mean our presence here today. It goes beyond that. What we'll be doing across the country, or even with ECSL at national level, is to look at accessibility considerations for all categories of persons with disabilities. We will therefore be working very closely with our colleagues, organizations of persons with disabilities, to ensure that the thoughts and key considerations of each and every other organization of persons with disabilities or disability category is given priority attention in the planning and implementation process of all electoral decisions taken by ECSL.
The event concluded with the official signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between ECSL and the CSOs. Reporting for SLBC, Stella Bangura. Now, for years, many traders at Hagan Street Market in Freetown operated without a national identity card, not because they did not want one, but because finding the time to register often meant losing valuable hours of business. This week, however, the service came to them. As part of efforts to ensure every Sierra Leonean has a national identity card, the National Civil Registration Authority deployed a mobile registration team to Hagan Street Market, bringing smiles, relief, and hope to hundreds of traders eager to secure the document many say is essential for modern-day transactions. Esther Sako reports.
The usually busy Hagan Street Market, known for its vibrant trading cooking condiment and household items took on a different atmosphere as traders temporarily left their stalls to register for the national identity cards. Young and old traders queued up at NCRA officials, captured their details, photographs and biometric information. For many, it was the first time they could access the service without abandoning the businesses for an entire day. Many traders acknowledge that not having a national identity card has made certain transactions difficult, especially when dealing with banks, financial institutions, and other official services. The challenge for many traders has never been willingness but time. Every hour spent away from their stores can mean lost income, making registration a lower priority despite its importance.
That patient for Goyanda. For which have the rest of the day, they don't lose it out.
Most of our traders are always busy looking for daily income and do not have the patience to leave their business and spend hours seeking these services. Now that NACRA has brought the service to them, we will encourage every trader to obtain an ID card.
This is very serious. People in the ocean at the markets, plenty of them, they don't get.
The outreach is part of a broader effort by NCRA to bring registration services directly to communities and workplaces where people spend most of their time. Director General of the National Civil Registration Authority, Mohammed Mubashir Massakoy, said the initiative reflects government's commitment to ensuring that no Sierra Leonean is left behind in the national identification process.
The President's vision is for every Sierra Leonean to have a national identity card. We understand that many citizens, especially traders, are busy and cannot always travel to our centers. That is why we are bringing the service closer to the people.
Saying as salon person, the right way you get are the same right way we get.
The move has been welcomed by market leadership, who believe it will improve compliance and ensure more traders become part of the national identification system. For many beneficiaries, the registration process was a moment of excitement and relief. Some broke into songs of praise, while others expressed gratitude to the officials providing the service. For these market women and traders, the national identity card is more than just a piece of plastic. It is a proof of identity, access to opportunity, and a service finally brought within their reach. SLBC News, Esther Sako reporting.
The Bank of Sierra Leone has officially taken over of Union Trust Bank. According to the Bank Governor of Sierra Leone, Dr. Ibrahim Stevens, the resolution came into effect on late 16th June 2026 after a thorough forensic review of an independent institution coupled with violations of certain provision of the Banking Act of 2019. It was also said that the UTB was unable to meet its staff financial obligations, among many other factors. Moses Conte reports.
At a press briefing, officials outlined the findings that led to the decision. These included persistent failure by Union Trust Bank to meet minimum capital requirements, growing accumulation, losses over several years, and an inability to meet obligations to depositors and creditors. The bank was also found to be in breach of capital adequacy requirements under Section 27 of the Banking Act, alongside weak risk management practice and a mismatch between assets and liabilities. Authorities further noted that there was no realistic respect of recapitalization under its existing ownership structure. Based on this condition, the Bank of Sierra Leone said the resolution process took effect on June 16, 2026, effectively ending Union Trust Bank status as a licensed financial institution in Sierra Leone.
What is the legal basis of the resolution? The Bank of Sierra Leone has acted in accordance with the Banking Act 2019, including and specifically with respect to Section 69(3)(c) relating to insolvency, Section 69(3)(e) relating to unstable and unsound operations with no reasonable prospects of recovery, Section 69(3)(g) relating to failure to comply with supervisory directives, and Section 68(2), which mandates the Bank of Sierra Leone to protect depositors and preserve financial system stability.
Dr. Ibrahim Stevens emphasized that the decision followed international best practice and was aimed primarily at safeguarding depositors and maintaining stability in the banking sector. He also noted that a forensic review supported by independent assessment confirmed multiple breaches of the Banking Act of 2019, including the bank's inability to meet key financial obligations. The governor further disclosed that a caretaker team has been established by the central bank to oversee the transition process and ensure continuity across the financial system. Under the resolution framework, all Union Trust Bank branches, customers' accounts and deposits have been transferred to Rokel Commercial Bank Sierra Leone Limited with immediate effect.
The government of Sierra Leone has agreed to fund the payment of end-of-service benefits to all UTB employees. This decision was made in the interest of social stability and to ensure that the affected staff are treated fairly and with dignity. All staff of UTB will be transferred to Rokel Commercial Bank as part of the transition arrangement.
Customers and authorities can continue normal banking service at former UTB branches nationwide without disruption. Dr. Stevens concluded by stressing that the action was necessary to prevent wider systemic risk to the banking sector, reaffirming that depositor protection remains the Bank of Sierra Leone's top priority throughout the transition process. Reporting for SLBC, Moses Conte.
The ECOWAS Commission has engaged the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and Members of Parliament in Freetown to promote the ECOWAS Vision 2050 agenda, its long-term development framework for the West African region. Ibrahim Samora has more on that story.
The day's session with journalists and the country's lawmakers was designed to present the ECOWAS Vision 2050 agenda of the ECOWAS Commission and working together to disseminate the document in the country. The vision highlighted key priority areas designed to tackle major development challenges facing the ECOWAS community on the theme ECOWAS of the Peoples, Peace and Prosperity for All. ECOWAS resident representative Ambassador John Azuma told journalists and parliamentarians that the ECOWAS Vision 2050 was not merely a strategic document but a proud ambition for the people of the ECOWAS community.
By the year 2050, ECOWAS will be a fully integrated community, living in a peaceful and prosperous region, endowed with strong institutions, respectful of fundamental freedoms, and committed to inclusive and sustainable development.
The Planning and Coordinator Officer, ECOWAS Commission Patrick Lamboy, presenting the ECOWAS Vision 2050, said gender equality, youth empowerment, digitalization, climate resilience, and capacity building are the cross-cutting issues captured in the vision.
When you see ECOWAS coming to mediate and facilitate the tripartite process in Sierra Leone, they are working under Pillar 2. When you see us supporting electioneering processes, we are working under Pillar 2. Pillar 3 is our mainstay, economic integration and interconnectivity. Here, this is where we provide structures and support systems that will facilitate and promote integration, including policy harmonization.
The head of ECOWAS National Office in the Ministry of Development and Economic Planning, Komba Momo, catalogued a number of ECOWAS Commission achievements and interventions in Sierra Leone, citing the ECOWAS intervention during the country's civil war, funds to the Human Capital Development Project, support to the agriculture sector, support the construction of the ECOWAS Logistic Depot in Lungi, the Kono University, award scholarships to the girls, among others. SLAJ President Alhaji Manike Kamara and lawmakers promised to help disseminate the document across the country, describing the vision as timely. The ECOWAS Vision 2050 is a shared, inclusive roadmap for a peaceful, prosperous, and integrated West Africa focused on people's well-being. Ibrahim Samra, Freetown.
Now, the Nigeria Embassy in Sierra Leone has welcomed its new ambassador, Ayo Luther Ogbomode. The event marks a new chapter in the long-standing diplomatic ties between Nigeria and Sierra Leone in sharing deep historical, cultural, economic, and political relationship. Abdul Mansari has more on this.
The gathering was filled with excitement and appreciation from the Nigerian community as they received Ambassador Ayo Luther Ogbomode. The sound of drums and traditional songs filled the atmosphere, expressing love for the commissioner. Ambassador Ayo Luther Ogbomode acknowledged the warm reception from the Nigerian community and underscored the importance of unity in maintaining and enhancing the long-standing relations between Nigeria and Sierra Leone. She called Nigerians in Sierra Leone to work together towards fostering goodwill and mutual respect, emphasizing the strong diplomatic ties are built on cooperation and understanding.
And it's a country I'm happy that I'm able to come to represent Nigeria. So, and with your support, I cannot do it all alone. We need your support. We need your expertise. We need your knowledge. You know, having been here, I mean, you are institutional memories. You have them. So I will be looking forward to working more closely with you.
The Charge d'Affaires Nigeria High Commission, Ambassador Anthony John Ibipado, shared insights during his tenure, highlighting significant achievements. He noted the establishment of the major trade fair as a milestone event that showcased Nigerians' commitment to fostering economic ties with Sierra Leone.
She is just coming in. She's going to study the environment. There are a few issues on ground. For example, the ID card issues, which I know that she's going to be confronted with. And there are some issues with Nigerian entrepreneurs. She's going to face all those issues. But I know those issues are not insurmountable. She's going to make sure that she tries all of them.
Past President, Nigerian community in Sierra Leone, Architect Abel Onumake, welcomed the ambassador with heartfelt remarks. Architect Abel, who has lived in Sierra Leone for 37 years, highlighted the significance of having a full-fledged ambassador after a 2-year period of limited representation. He expressed optimism about the potential for enhanced diplomatic and trade relations between Nigeria and Sierra Leone under the Ambassador Ogbomode's leadership. As Ambassador Ogbomode embarks on her new role, both the Nigeria community and diplomatic circles are optimistic about the future of Nigeria-Sierra Leone relations. With a focus on collaboration, mutual respect, and shared goals, the new ambassador is poised to make a robust impact in strengthening the bonds between the two nations. SLBC News, Abdul Mansari reporting.
Now, the ambassador-designate of Saudi Arabia to Sierra Leone, Saud Musaid Abu Musaid, has handed over tons of date fruit to the people of Sierra Leone through the Ministry of Social Welfare. The venture was part of Sierra Leone's healthy bilateral ties with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Mohamed Kurma reports.
The relationship between Sierra Leone and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia continues to flourish as both countries enjoy steady and progressive bilateral ties, to the extent that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has established a full-time embassy in Sierra Leone. The ambassador-designate of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to Sierra Leone, Saud Musad Abu Musaid, through King Salman Humanitarian Aid, did a symbolic handing over of tons of dates to the people of Sierra Leone. He used the occasion to recognize the relationship between the two countries, adding that the gesture reflects the kingdom's commitment to humanitarian support.
I would like to express our appreciation to High Excellency Dr. Jadi Ismail Al-Bayoum, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, for his continued efforts to strengthen this excellent relation between our brotherly countries. This gift is a part of the Kingdom efforts to support communities in need and promote this value of solidarity, cooperation, and mutual support.
Receiving the consignment, the Minister of Social Welfare, Melrose Kaminti, appreciated the ambassador and the people of Saudi Arabia for the gift and the establishment of a Saudi embassy in Sierra Leone. She recognized the mutual ties between the two countries.
The cooperation and the long-standing relationship Saudi Arabia and our country have enjoyed. We have enjoyed the meets, the dates, donation that have been coming, and I was just saying to Ambassador, the people of Sierra Leone, they do appreciate this. In fact, they look forward for it every year. My office is inundated with calls all the time. When are we getting this?
Sierra Leone and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia maintain strong diplomatic, religious and economic ties characterized by mutual aid, defense cooperation and Islamic solidarity. For SLBC, Mohamed Kouma reporting.
Now, government officials, development partners and civil society actors have honored the outgoing head of office of UN Women Sierra Leone, Dr. Secheme Jeronime Mongbo, for her remarkable contribution to gender equality and women's empowerment. SLBC's Esther Susanette Barsi reports from a farewell ceremony held at Lagunda Hotel in Aberdeen, Freetown.
Speakers commended Dr. Mongbo's leadership in advancing women's rights, promoting gender-responsive governance, and fostering inclusive development. Under her stewardship, UN Women Sierra Leone recorded notable achievements, including increased female representation in Parliament from 14.5% in 2018 to 30% in 2023, 34% representation in local councils, and a rise in women's appointments to ministerial and non-ministerial positions from 14% to 35%. Her tenure also supported the passage of key gender transformative laws, including the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Act 2022, the amended Sexual Offences Act, the Customary Land Rights Act 2022, and the Public Elections Act 2022. Additionally, over 23,000 women farmers benefited from economic empowerment and agricultural support programs.
126% compared to 49% for men. We discussed this with the Minister of Agriculture, and it's part of why we supported the revision of the gender policy in agriculture and food security.
Stakeholders praised Dr. Mongbo for strengthening coordination among development partners, government institutions, civil society, and the UN system. Speaking at the event, Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs, Dr. Aissata Mahoy, Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Kenya Bale, and UN Resident Coordinator, Seraphine Wakana, lauded her achievements and expressed confidence that her legacy would continue to advance gender equality in Sierra Leone.
For us to say, our dear sister is not leaving us, permanently, but rather she's going to impact other lives in another African nation.
To truly leave behind an institutional foundation that will continue to benefit generations of Sierra Leonean women.
She has that energy when she engages with you and she wants to get something. It's not easy to say no, because she has the capacity to convince.
As Dr. Mongbo concludes her tenure, stakeholders reaffirmed their commitment to sustaining the gains made and promoting a more inclusive and equitable society for women and girls. SLBC News, Esther Susanette Bassi reporting.
Now, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, AIG Sir Yomba Senesi, has said that the new blood bank and dental clinic was part of the ongoing transformation in the Sierra Leone Police, noting the facility will serve both the police and community. He made the statements during the commissioning of the new facility at the police hospital in King Tom. Abdul Mansari has more on this story.
The newly established blood bank aims to ensure the timely availability of safe blood for emergencies, which is crucial for improving patient outcomes and survival rates. And the dental clinic will provide comprehensive oral health care and early diagnosis to enhance community health. Deputy Inspector General of Police AIG Sir Yomba Senesi underscored the strong leadership and commitment to the welfare of police personnel and their families, as well as the broader community, stating healthcare is essential.
They are really to others in terms of trauma situations, in terms of analysis. We have a good oral health, that is good to you as personnel.
The matron at the Sierra Leone Police Medical Services, Sia Messi Maturi, expressed her gratitude to the Inspector General of Police for the support and other departments that facilitated the construction of the facility just in 2 months. She said the services will be on a cost recovery basis and also affordable to ensure accessibility for all community members.
The body saying this, that the Sierra Leone Police Hospital King Tom has commissioned our blood bank and dental clinic. So they should come on board, they should come and get their teeth checked, because a beautiful smile, it depends on your teeth. So we'll ask them to come, and also we have our blood bank. We'll not be going helter-skelter again, to be going in for blood when it's necessary.
These initiatives not only aim to support police officers, but also extend vital services to the local population, fostering a healthier future for all. SLBC News, Abdul Mansari reporting.
Royal Brains Academy has successfully hosted its annual school drama and drug sensitization campaign in Dodo community. The event brought together pupils, parents, teachers, and development partners to promote quality education and raise awareness about the dangers of drug abuse among young people. Sulaiman Dumbuya was at the event and brought us this report.
The program featured educational drama performances highlighting the harmful effect of drugs abuse and the importance of making responsible life choices. Students also showcased their talent through various presentations aiming at encouraging discipline, academic excellence, and positive social values within the community. Organizers also launched a scholarship initiative for vulnerable peoples, with community members and sponsors pledging support to help improve access to education for disadvantaged children. The proprietor of Royal Brains Academy, Musa Suma, spoke about the reason behind the establishment of the school, its achievements, and the challenges of providing quality education in a remote community like Dudu.
A community of me and my elder brother, we
establish this school.
We established this school to provide quality education for this community. We currently have about 150 pupils and 25 staffs, including highly qualified teachers. Although we face financial challenges and the cost of maintaining quality staff is high, we remain committed to delivering quality education and supporting government's efforts in improving education across Sierra Leone. One of the school's top performing pupils, Mary Labo, explained how discipline, family support, and dedication to learning contributed to her academic success. She also encouraged her colleagues to study hard so they can succeed in their academic endeavors.
I study hard and I pay attention in class, and because of the encouragement of the teachers, I understand the teachings and my parents' encouragement. That's how
Karimu Sayo, the principal of Royal Brains Academy, described the structure of the school.
We have two bigger halls, academic hall, two bigger halls. Then we have 6 toilet rooms for the pupils and 2 for the staff. 1 for the male staff and 1 for the female staff. They will also have a canteen, a well-renovated canteen.
The annual school drama and drug sensitization campaign ended with presentation of awards to outstanding teachers, while stakeholders renewed their commitment to supporting quality education and creating opportunities for young people to succeed academically.
Now, many people have frowned at the recent loss of lives to container accidents in the city. At the Hillside Bypass Road by Gaza area, a 20-foot container capsized, causing a traffic jam during the early hours of Wednesday, June 17th. Cynthia Kamara captured the story and now reports.
Residents around the new road bypass Gaza Junction confirmed that they heard a loud sound at around 5 a.m. on Tuesday, 17th June. When they rushed to the scene, they saw that a container had fallen off the truck that was carrying it. When I witnessed the scene, I noticed the container did not have a twist lock, and even the chain that was used as alternative appears not to be strong enough to hold the container. This caused the front tire of the vehicle to suspend while the container rolled off the truck to the ground. Some say it was better the incident happened at night, as it would have been more disastrous if it had happened during the day. They registered their frustration on the persistent container accident while describing it as negligence in the part of the authorities concerned.
Almost for longest involved. And this one here, this area when you drive and you take your time.
The lives of citizens are at risk. We want the authorities at Waterkey to ensure every container is well screwed before leaving the quay.
The chain no good. The chain are just small chain in those here. From Waterkey they cannot properly pay for months. They cannot check and pay for months. Now just come on now.
I mean, essence now we the block we can get the it's now all that and I got a blessing at night. We don't see
okay. Though no lives were lost, it was a clarion call to authorities concerned to do the needful in order to prevent such from reoccurring in the near future. For SABC News, Cynthia Kama reporting.
And now from that report, we'll move over for entertainment news.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News with me, Sulaiman Baba Toure. In this edition of Entertainment News, we are going to give you a rundown of the SLBC's 16th anniversary celebration. Now, it's 16 years from SLBS to SLBC. Your voice, my voice. Yes, it's been 16 years since the transition from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Service to the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, SLBC. And, after hard work, after, interviews, hosting guests to talk about issues around the country in entertaining, informing, and educating people, the SLBC staff, management and board decided to, celebrate the 16th year in a grand way. They had a get-together, volleyball, music, miming. Of course, they had dancing competition, eating is, and a host of other entertaining activities. We have inside for you guys because you were not here to celebrate with us, but you can watch it and enjoy. Let's see how it went.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. You are greatest, you are only one. Walked upon the sea and raised the dead.
We celebrate 16 years of existence, the transition. Well, this is all we have for you in this edition of Entertainment News. I've been your presenter, Slaman Babatume. Thanks for watching and keep watching the SLBC.
Many thanks to our entertainment desk for bringing smiles to our faces. And now from that entertainment segment, we'll move over for sports update.
Today is that tomorrow we talked about yesterday. It's the sporting update that keeps you in the know. And by the way, my name is Abdul Kabir, and thank you so much for your time. Now, in a brilliant football initiative aimed at enhancing the power of football and reconnecting the memories of yesteryears, the Mornington Football Veterans Association has ended the 2026 veteran competition, where Liverpool Ninja defeated Aberdeen 3-2 on penalty to secure the all-important milestone. Here is the update. The competition, designed by the Moytown veterans, seeks to foster friendship and camaraderie among former footballers while providing a healthy environment to reconnect and celebrate the essence of beautiful game. This year's final brought together some of the finest stars who once graced Sierra Leonean football with passion and pride. The Aberdeen veteran struck first through Yaya Suma, who confidently smashed home the opening goal. Liverpool Ninja responded with determination, pressing hard to level the score. Their persistent pressure paid off when Mohamed Lamin Mansare rose through brilliantly to head the equalizer, sending the match into intense penalty shootout. In the shootouts, Liverpool Ninja held their nerve, converting 3 spot kicks to Aberdeen's 2 and sealing a memorable victory. During the final, Alex Tucker, chairman of the Moritown Veterans, emphasized the league's commitment to the welfare and unity of veteran footballers who sacrifice much during their playing days.
I say this one also we register 20 teams rather than the 16 teams. And the more teams we get, I think the more challenges we face. But this competition we are so fine because we get veterans there, we don't play with the young and so talented veterans there.
Players from Liverpool Ninja express immense joy at their triumph.
Sincerely, a short of words because this is not for me. This is for the late man, for Papa, because now we own daddy. From at least some man from 5 years, 7 years, I don't get with you, we don't big, you don't left me. So all this what we do now for him. And to God, I'm not getting nothing for saying now. Carry out the feeling, only God knows.
And that's what we wish for us a kind of for score. Yes, and that's what make to be with Nabu. I would tell us what kind of score.
The Moritown Veterans League is more than just football. It's about togetherness, shared memories, and inspiring the next generation. By blending competitive excitement with meaningful conversation, the initiative continues to open new opportunities for veterans while ensuring their legacy lives on. Now in the international scene, we flip our attention to the 2026 FIFA Men's Football World Cup, while the Black Stars of Ghana picked up a spectacular win against Panama. Caleb with that wonderful finish, the assist from Ashanti, and also the DR Congo had an opportunity to secure their first ever World Cup goal when he played against Portugal. The 2026 FIFA Men's Football World Cup is already shaping up to be a fascinating tournament for African teams. In Group L, Ghana kicked off with a winning start by beating Panama 1-0, and all thanks to a late strike from Caleb Yenkiri. England also impressed with a 4-2 victory over Croatia. Elsewhere in Group K, Portugal and the Democratic Republic of Congo battled to a 1-1 draw, a historic moment as DR Congo scored their first ever World Cup goal. Côte d'Ivoire joined Ghana in celebrating African success with Amad Diallo's last-minute goal over Ecuador. Colombia began their campaign strongly, defeating Uzbekistan 3-1, and a late strike from key players secured that moment for them. Now, the only 2 winning goals scored in the 90th minute or later at this World Cup have both delivered 1-0 victories for African nations, Yenkiri for Ghana and Diallo for Côte d'Ivoire. And that ends your update, and thank you so much for your time. Till I see you again, goodbye.
Many thanks to our sports desk. And now to end the news, the main points again. The Sierra Leone Railway Development and Regulatory Authority, in partnership with AIS Engineering and Consulting Services, has held a stakeholder consultative meeting at the New Brookfields Hotel in Freetown to discuss the development of Sierra Leone's National Railway Master Plan and pre-feasibility studies under the theme Laying the Foundation to Reintroduce a National Railway System. The High Court of Sierra Leone has refused an application by the state seeking to dismiss the appeal filed by the defense team of Yebu Zainab Sharif, clearing the way for a full hearing of the matter scheduled for 2nd July 2026. Zainab Sharif was previously convicted and sentenced by Magistrate Mustafa Brahmajar on 2 counts relating to threatening language and incitement contrary to law. And ECOWAS leaders have called for renewed unity, democratic governance, and deeper regional integration. The call was made during the opening of the 7th retreat of the ECOWAS Permanent Representatives Committee in Cotonou, Benin. And that is how we wrap up this edition of News Hour from the SLBC. I have been your anchor, Stella Bangura. Stay tuned.